If you have been here for a while, you will have noticed that I am no longer a fan of drag and drop tools or platforms anymore. For many years, we've been forced to rely on interfaces like Figma, where every layout, shape, and interaction needs to be manually placed and adjusted. That might work for some static designs, but once you want dynamic UI logic, real workflows, then drag and drop hits its limits pretty fast. And that's exactly why tools like the one I'm going to be introducing to you today are worth your attention. I'm going to show you exactly why drag and drop is fading out. So today we are going to be looking at Komposo AI. Komposo AI is an agentic UI design assistant that actually completely rethinks the designer's experience. Instead of dragging pixels around as we have in drag and drop, Komposo lets you describe what you want and it builds it for you. That's amazing, right? And that's agentic design where AI doesn't just help you move boxes around, it actually creates the UI based on your intent. So in this video, I am going to compare Komposo with traditional design tools like Figma. Well, not entirely Figma, because I know that there has been updates on Figma interface lately, but just to show you why the future of UI creation is moving beyond drag and drop. So let's hop into my PC and I'm going to show you this. Here we are on the Figma interface. You can see a project that I worked on, I think about a year ago. This was going to be my portfolio website, so I came to Figma to design the UI, and then I took the UI to Webflow to complete. And each one of these graphics here, I needed to upload it from my laptop and all of that after designing it as well. You know, this is a section, this is another section, this is another section down here, all the way down to this place. It took me quite some time to finish it. So, and I got a lot of headaches trying to fix all of these things. If I'm trying to like fix this particular place, for example, it's going to be going off the border, I needed to drag it back and all of that. Adjust the setting right here by your right, and over to the left I had to do the same thing, and I kept designing it all the way to the footer, right? So it took me quite a while. But then what I'm going to show you today, that's the beauty and then the speed of Agentic Coding Assistant. All you need to do is just give it a description of exactly what you want, how you want it to be. Just write a very good prompt, give it to it, and it does it for you, right? Everything that you have here can be done in 30 seconds. So that is just what I wanted to show you. And another thing I'd like to show you here before I go is that this page is a one-page interface. In Komposo AI, you can actually tell it to split each section into pages, and it's going to do that for you. And if you want just one page of several sections, it's going to do the same thing for you. So let's go over to Komposo AI. So I'm going to type in here Komposo AI. You can see it right here. So I'm going to click it. So I'm going to click this first one. So here I'm going to get started. So I'm going to continue with Google. Okay, so here we are on the interface. So if you want to learn more on how to actually use it, you can go ahead and watch this video right here. The first thing we're going to do right here is to look at the pricing. Okay, so for you to start, they're going to give you 10 credit. And if you found it to be something worthwhile, you can go ahead and subscribe. So let's go over and check the pricing. So I'm going to click on this free plan and it takes me to pricing interface. So you can see over here for free plan, it's going to essentially give you 10 credits and you're going to do one project. And over here, $15 per month, and you're going to essentially have 75 credits per month. And you can see the rest of them over here, right? So let's go over and test it out. The first thing I'll show you here is this tools. So this one, you use it to select a portion of the interface that you want to work on. For example, if you want to select a particular page, you're going to click on it with this select tool. And for this second one, move to. If you click on it, it's going to essentially help you to move the entire screen. And for this zoom, this is zoom in and this one is zoom out. And this one is view the whole screen. Over here, you see the export button and here is share button. And here you can change the theme of the interface. If I click on it, it's going to change to this particular one. If I click again, it goes back to what it was. And over here you can see the AI agents. If you have any troubles or any issues, you can go over here and chat with the AI agent, or you can send message directly to the support team and they're going to respond to you right away. Okay, let's go back, and over here you can essentially edit the name of your project. So I'm going to change the name of this project to new project. So, and I'm going to click on this check button to save it. And over here, you can see the other templates that you have in case you don't have any idea of what you want to build, or you want to take a look at their templates. Maybe it's similar to what you want. You can actually get the whole templates right here. A bunch of them right here. So you can choose from here to begin with. But if you don't want their templates, we can go back and then start from the scratch. So, and that's what we're going to do. You're just going to click on this plus button, add screen, and this chat interface is going to show up, and I'll put my prompt right in here. Build me a simple page portfolio website UI, right? I can add more details as far as what I want to be on the interface. Maybe I want navigation bar and the buttons that should be on the navigation bar and several other details that I want to be on that page. I can indicate it in the prompt. So, but this is just enough. I want it to automatically go ahead and put in everything that it feels should be on the interface. Okay, so I'm going to click on send right here. You can see it's set to auto. Okay, something else that we needed to have done but we didn't do, in your own case, you can go ahead and do it. If it is a mobile app that you want to design the interface for, you can click this one. If it is web app, you can click this one. Before you send, right, before you send your prompt, you have to come over here and select which interface you want. So it's generating right now. And something else that you can do over here is to go ahead and select your AI models that you prefer. Out of all the ones that are listed right here, you can see Claude, various models of Claude, and you can see Gemini 3 Flash, and the one we currently used is Gemini 3 Pro. And over here, you can set your theme. You can choose your preferences before you go ahead and click on send. So the screen has been generated right here, but it's looking a little bit too dim, right? So if you want to change it, you can go ahead and prompt it more to change the interface to look more like what you want. Use Claude theme. Okay, let's see. Okay, so you can see over here now it has changed the interface to look more beautiful than it was earlier. The first screen was this, right? And over here for screen 2, it used Claude theme. Going further, if you want to edit, maybe you don't like what you currently see here and you want to save your credit, right? You may not ask the agentic designer to do it for you. You can actually manually do it for yourself here. So if you want to do it manually here, all you need to do is just click on the screen that you want to perform the update on. So I'm going to use the select tool right here. So I'll click on this particular one, and then you can see the edit status that are showing up here. So you can see this one says reference, and this one edits, variations, and then preview. So if I want to preview the screen in a larger form, I'm going to click on this one. So that's for preview that we just checked. So in case you want to edit, you're going to click on this edit tab right here. Edit with AI. If I want to edit manually, I'm going to click on this one. So I want to use manual edit, and then activate the manual edit. So I can go ahead and start interacting with the interface, change what I don't want. For example, if I want to change the text right here, I can double click on that particular portion of the screen, right? If I double click here, you're going to see edit cursor right here. If I want to change this one too, I can do the same. If I want to edit, I can click on this. If I want to delete, I can click on delete here. If I want to copy, you can see copy here. And also you can interact with the styling to your right, and then we go back to the interface right here. So let's suppose you want to print or you want to export it into your local machine. How do you do that? So you can come over here. There are two ways to do it based on the format in which you want the file to be exported. If you want it to be exported with its CSS and HTML codes, of course you can do that, but you can't do that on Figma. And if you want to just export the PNG or JPEG format, you can also do that here. So for example, let's go over to export right here. Click on export, right? You can see both screens right here. If you just want to export only one, you just pick the one you want to export. Let's say, for example, we want to export just the screen 2 alone. We're going to click uncheck this one, and then we click continue. And then it's going to show formats in which you want to export it. Do you want Next.js? Essentially, it's going to export Next.js code of this particular interface, right? Such that if you want to build it, right, as a website, you don't need to code anymore, right? Or if you need to adjust the code a little bit more, you can actually copy the Next.js file format and give it to another agentic coding assistant, such as Lovable or Cursor or Winsoft or any of those. You can use React as well, and the other ones right here, and you can use just the HTML, right? Whichever one you want, you go ahead and pick it here and then click on download. But what I want actually is to export it in PNG format or in JPEG format. So what do? If I click on that particular one that I want to export, I'm going to click on this three dotted line. It's going to open up some drop downs, and you can see quite a lot of them here. And among the options, you can see export as PNG. So I'm going to click on that. So you can see it has exported it. So I just open it right here. So you can see the page, very beautiful, right? Such as what we have on Figma the other time that took me more than 7 hours to develop. So you can see the same thing we have right here. So I can actually drop it in an agentic coding assistant and tell it to design exactly this same thing for me. So that's it. Drag and drop tools like Figma have served their purposes, especially when interfaces were static and code was the only way to actually build real products. But in 2026, when the tools can understand intent, generate interactive UI, and adapt on the fly, design stops being about manual positioning and starts being about creative direction. I guess you know that. So that's the power of Komposo AI, and I expect this shift to grow stronger. If you're a creator, founder, or builder who wants to focus on solving problems, then agentic design tools are worth your time. So let me know in the comments, do you prefer agentic design or traditional drag and drop? I hope you got some value from this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.